GeekVerse Gauntlet Season 2 that I announce my resignation. I am retiring from my post as a player. I will still be around as a commentator. I'll try to bring life and heart back to the scene, but I am no longer the player that can do that for you.
Or your mystery opponent on the November 2nd 24-hour stream in the tournament is going to be the one and only Dilmus, returning to singles action starting November 2nd full-time.
Shit.
The People's Champion, Dylan Moss!
So in the story of Gauntlet, and talking about all the people that was on top, Dilmus was the first. He won the tournament, and he became the first ever champion. And he was, at one point in my opinion, the best in the league. He was the guy to beat. He was the guy I looked at. There's always somebody in my crosshairs, and he was the guy.
It feels like I never left because, well, I haven't left. I've been there. I've seen every single match, commentated every single match. I haven't been gone. I haven't been anywhere. I've just been off on the side. So I think I can come back stronger than ever, knowing these players and watching and analyzing all of their games over the years and practicing with them. You know, one thing I've been disappointed in is a general lack of respect from some of these competitors, because I think a true competitor would see the way I formatted this gauntlet stuff and seeing that I'm trying to make it that the better player wins.
I mean, it'll be great to see a fresh face. I love Dylan Muss. He's a great guy. He did okay as chairman. I thought there was a little bias in there. So I don't want to go into all the politics, but
There's part of me that, of course, I want to win the tournament, but if it's not me, I would love to see Dylan Muss win this tournament. It would be a great redemption story. I want to see what he does, but I also want to see if he can handle it, because one of the main reasons he said he left is because he didn't like what was happening with the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet started as just having fun, competing, playing some games, but then it turned into trash talk. It turned to mind games. It turned into people being jealous of one another. It turned into a real competition. And I think he has seen that and he's adapted it, but at the beginning he didn't like that. And he's not really been in that environment.
And I'm kind of sick of it. I think it's kind of bullshit. You look at the people who compete, like Travis has an ego the size of Utah, I don't know. Every time he wins a match, he offers nothing but bad manners. I think it's incredibly rude, and I don't know why the chairman didn't stop him originally, but now that we see he is the chairman, what is this all about? Obviously, it just changes everything. Like, where's the integrity anymore, right? And then you have Taylor. This guy couldn't win a game to save his life, and what does he have to do? He has to win in some strange, like, smash free-for-all. Like, what is it? How do you win titles from these things? It makes no sense. Like, where's the competition? And the worst of all, for me, was Tyler Briggs, someone who I looked up to as a friend, someone who, back before the Gauntlet was even a thing, we would play strikers matches on the same team, and we were best of friends, and we got to a title match. And I don't know if it was jealousy or salt, I'm not sure what it was, but that was probably the least sportsmanship match I've ever seen in my life. There was no honor, there was no integrity, there was no heart, there was no soul. And that's the basis of my monologue here, is that the GeekVerse Gauntlet has no soul anymore. There's no players playing for the fans. They're all playing for themselves or for glory.
overall, he does a pretty good job. And as a competitor, I'm just not too worried about that guy, you know? I would love to see him against me in anything, I feel like. Unless it's like Melee, which, I don't know, maybe that's why I'm a sports title holder. I'm not a Melee guy, so I don't know. I feel like any match that I have to look across the court and it'll be him. I'm specifically talking about like a tennis court, because you know my record as Peach on Mario Tennis.
Will we see the Dylan Muss of old, or will we see the Dylan Muss that retired? I personally think we're going to get the Dylan Muss old. I think he's been tired of sitting on the couch and watching other people win championships and do things. I think he's ready to get back in there.
When I won that first tournament, no one knew what to expect, right? That was the first time for everyone. and it was. Don't get me wrong, there was definitely some luck involved in some of those, but I also earned some of those wins pretty hard as well. So, and that was a lot of matches to get that belt. I really had to earn that. Now, my last tournament didn't have the same fate, but it's impossible to say how this one's going to go because of how different it is. The people who are playing these things, the games that are played, the format of these games, it's a totally different world.
I was very glad that this tournament is coming up, specifically so I can get that title shot, because, you know, you, Dylan, you've given me no title shots, and I was really stewing on this because I feel like it's been really, really unfair, and I feel like you have some kind of agenda against me. And to be honest, I'm sick and tired of this.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
I don't know where this is coming from.
So my role as the commissioner was to you have to earn everything. So if you want to get a title shot, you got to earn it, and you got to prove it through multiple games. So it's totally up to you. Like if you had the skill, if you put in the time to practice, you know how many training sessions I offered to everybody? I offered to everybody. You know how many times you took me up on that? 0 times. You got no one to blame but yourself, Taylor Field.
You know, I think everyone's turning on me. You know, no title shots, no teammates. This is just betrayal.
Well,
this is just turning into. This is just insane.
Or your mystery opponent on the November 2nd 24-hour stream in the tournament is going to be the one and only Dilmus, returning to singles action starting November 2nd full time.
Taylor Field, as a competitor, has. I'll tell you this. He's got some W's under his belt, but his biggest claim to fame is that he once held the belt. But you know how he got it? He got it from a Smash Bros. Free-for-all where everyone was teaming up on me because they, for some reason, thought I was the player to win, and then he just kind of snuck out a couple wins. So, to me, that's his biggest claim to fame, and it's a pretty fraudulent win, if you ask me. He earned it, but you got to ask yourself: is that the same as when Tyler earned the belt? Is it the same as when I first earned the belt? Is it the same as when Travis had the belt? I think there's only one answer to that question. I think he's got to answer that for himself. So there's no reason for him to be chirping at me when he's just got to look inside himself to see where his problems lie.
That's how it's going down. All this hype and secrecy just for this kind of a reveal.
He hasn't competed in 3 years. What do you mean?
Yeah, and he's gonna be rusty. I need a real challenge.
What
Okay.
do you think about that, Dylan?
I can't wait to mop the floor with this poor Ghost Rider's remains over here.
Oh wow!
I hope you guys have liked this last year of these matches that I've had set up for you. I hope you've liked my commentary even before that. I just want this gauntlet to be as fun as possible, and thank you to all the fans who have cheered us all on, and remain there week to week watching these matches. And I'm excited to get back in the ring and just see how I do. Am I too old? Am I past my prime? Am I ready for a renaissance? Who knows? But I'm there to find out too.